What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. So, as I told you guys earlier, Teofimo Lopez did not sign his portion of the contract. Devin Haney has signed his portion of the contract for August 16th Saudi Arabia showdown between the two. Teofimo Lopez does not want to fight, as I told you guys, in Saudi Arabia, right? And now the explanation for Teofimo Lopez is that Teofimo Lopez is stating that he don't think he could get a fair shake in Saudi Arabia. He's using the same angle and talking point and narrative that Gervonta Tank Davis used when offered a fight from Turki Al-Sheikh, His Excellency, against Devin Haney in Saudi Arabia, where Gervonta Tank Davis stated that he's not going to get a fair shake against Devin Haney if it goes to the scorecards, and so he's not comfortable accepting the fight. And now, guess what? Teofimo Lopez is using the same exact talking point. He don't think that he can get a fair shake, and Devin Haney's gonna run around the ring. So he don't think that it's feasible for him to accept to go to Saudi Arabia and, as he stated, to sell his soul. I'm not going to Saudi Arabia to sell my soul. And what he meant by that is, I did a video on that yesterday, and I told you when he made the statement, I'm not going to Saudi Arabia to sell my soul for $11 million. What he means is, I'm not going to Saudi Arabia, code word, let's debunk it. Code word, I'm not going to Saudi Arabia to sell my brand, because I go over there against Devin Haney. It's an equal playing field. Remember what I told you guys, right? When I told you guys that Teo was calling out the undefeated unified WBA IBF Ring Magazine welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, the Phenom, as I refer to him as, Jerron Boots Ennis, who is 34 wins, no loss, no draw, 30 wins by way of knockout, 5'10" with a 74-inch arm reach. A versatile fighter who can box, who can fight southpaw, orthodox, right? Got power, explosive, athletic, big, fast. Teo wants to fight him. Teofimo Lopez is 22 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 13 wins by way of knockout. He stands 5'8" with a 68-inch arm reach. Jerron Ennis has a 6-inch arm reach advantage, about a 2.5-inch height advantage. And Jerron Boots Ennis fights at 147. Teo has never fought above 140 pounds, and his power has not translated at 140, right? But he's calling out the big bag boogie, the big bag boogeyman at 147. Why? Because it's a win-win situation for Teofimo Lopez. It's a lose-lose situation for Jerron Ennis. Why? Because Jerron Ennis is supposed to beat Teofimo Lopez. He's the bigger, naturally stronger, athletic, explosive, better fighter, right? Great big men beat great little men, right? So he's supposed to win. Jerron Ennis wins nothing but a prize at the end of the night for beating Teofimo Lopez, who's already been beaten. It's not like Teofimo is undefeated. At least when Errol Spence fought Mikey Garcia. Errol Spence was the IBF world champion, right? Mikey Garcia was ranked higher than Errol Spence on the pound-for-pound list. Mikey Garcia was undefeated, 4-division champion, first ballot Hall of Famer, and top 5 on the pound-for-pound list. Teofimo Lopez is not even on the top 10 on the pound-for-pound list. He's not undefeated. He has 2 questionable fights that he arguably lost to Jermaine Ortiz and Sandor Martin. He got dropped twice by Sandor Martin, who was a southpaw, okay? he arguably lost to Jermaine Ortiz and got outboxed. He don't like specific styles, right? And that style matchup is a bad style matchup for Teofimo Lopez, right? So what does Jaron Ennis win for beating Teofimo Lopez? Nothing. Nothing, because it's already been done. Now Teo beating Jaron Ennis, he stands to gain everything, and he's in a win-win situation. If he loses, he was supposed to lose. No skin off his back. His brand don't take a hit. He dared to be great. He came up short. If he wins, he slayed the dragon and will be praised to the heavens. Right? That's the difference. So Jaron Ennis has no interest. He's in a win-win situation when it comes to Devin Haney, who is 2-division champion, undefeated, undisputed lightweight, WBC junior welterweight, and willing to fight him at a catchweight of 144.5. Essentially 145 pounds. Jaron Ennis ain't fighting him at no catchweight. He'll fight Teo at a catchweight. Guess what? Devin never fought at 147. He's had one fight at a catchweight 144, which is his last fight against Jose Ramirez. They both was in the same weight class. Teo likes to consider himself undisputed, which he's not. The history books don't reflect that. But it does reflect that Devin Haney's undisputed, and Teo could have fought Devin Haney after he beat Lomachenko to officially be undisputed, and he didn't, as they both was at 135. They're two of what was considered the four kings of this era, 2.0, with Teo, Tank, Ryan, and Devin, right? So there is no built-in excuse losing to Devin Haney. So you go to Saudi Arabia, you fight Devin Haney. Now you want the sun, moon, and stars. And again, like I said, from a fan perspective, from a media perspective, I would much rather the fight be here in the States. I'm not saying that I disagree with Teo, but his reasonings, he said that he never got more than $1 million. Well, guess what? Turkey has given him $11 million. And when he says he don't want to sell his soul to go to Saudi because he don't believe that he can win on the scorecards, is what he's saying, right? As if Turkey Al-Sheikh has it out against him. Now, especially since he made those derogatory remarks towards Turkey Al-Sheikh, talking about he's a dictator, D-I-C-K tater, right? And disrespecting Turkey Al-Sheikh. He really don't feel like that now, right? So he don't feel like he could get the dub on the scorecards, right? As if Turkey Al-Sheikh is going to set him up. Who did he set up? Right? So again, from a fan perspective and a media perspective, I would love the fight to be here in the States. Love it. But your excuses don't fly, dog. You're talking about the money is there. You said you're a prize fighter. You got the fight. It's a big fight. You beat Devin Haney, you go on to Jaron Boots Ennis. Right? It's a catch weight. Make it happen. He don't want it, dog. I'm trying to tell y'all. Now he's talking about he don't like the scorecards, and he don't know if he could get a fair shake in Saudi Arabia. Now he's using the same talking points Tank Davis used when Tank said, I ain't trust that I could. It turned me off. That's what Tank said. It turned me off when Turkey Al-Sheikh said that Devin Haney was his guy. That let me know I'm not going to be able to get a fair shake on the scorecard. Well, Tank Davis is 30 wins, no losses, 1 draw, 28 wins by way of knockout. Only 3 of his fights now have went the distance in his career. You a knockout artist, dog. Your whole existence in the sport of boxing, your whole brain is built around people getting knocked out. Why are you worrying about going to scorecards? That's not your MO. That's not who you are. But we understand what it is that Devin Haney represents a style matchup. They like to talk about him running. He's going to run. He's not going to stay still, right? They don't know what he's going to present, period. They don't know if Devin Haney's going to run in their eyes. If he going stay in the mid-range as he did against Jorge Linares. He going to use the style that he did against Jose Ramirez. It's the versatility of Devin Haney that they don't like. Because he can move like he did against Gamboa and Jose Ramirez. But he also could stand in the pocket like he did against Regis Prograis and Jorge Linares. Right? Or he could be aggressive. That didn't bode well for him when he fought Ryan Garcia. But he was just defensively irresponsible. If he kept his right hand up and protect himself from the left hook, he wins that fight even in his aggression status or mindset, should I say. They don't like it, dog. Teo struggled with Sandor Martin and Jermaine Ortiz, who were lengthy, rangy boxers. He don't like that, period. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out, man. Let's see what direction Teo can go in. Now he's on Punch Drunk talking about, oh, who the fans want to see me fight. Right. So he's going to use location as a reason not to fight Devin Haney. And so all these reports you're hearing that if the deal is signed, it's not signed, as I told you. And that's all I got for y'all. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. It's your boy Blue signing off. I'm gone. Peace.